Hello and welcome back to Roll Again. This is session 5 of the Haunted Heroes campaign. We are picking up right where we left off 2 weeks ago. Our heroes all had just defeated the flesh hag, Lady Taffy, who was running things at the town of Red Hawk and had them basically ensorcelled and enchanted, and was taking advantage of them and living off their children. And our team of heroes was able to successfully defeat her and break the enchantment and return the town back to somewhat normal. And so they left there and headed down the road, looking for their next piece of the shard of the dead god that they're chasing, and that led them to a fork in the road. So before we get started, let me introduce our group as always. We have Kay, who plays Francis Ford, the Dampier artillerist. We have Caleb, who plays Rowan Ward, who is an Asimar arcane cleric. We have Kira, who is Lupe the Scarred Wolf. Who is a reborn arcane physician. And we have Megan, who plays Cricket Valentine, the eternal child alchemist, as well as her metal dog Crash. And I, as always, am DM Steve. And so we're going to jump right in. Where we left off, our heroes were at a fork in a road, and they chose to head west towards the Razorback Mountains. They had two options: to head west to the Razorback Mountains or to head south towards the bygone wastelands. And they chose to head through the mountains, or at least try to forge a way through the mountains. And so where we pick up, you guys are headed. You've been heading down a road now for a few hours, with the mountains getting ever so closer. And it takes you, I would say, it takes you out most of the day. You guys left in the morning from the town, and it takes you most of the day to get close to the mountains, into the foothills. And the mountains are very steep, which is kind of why the locals have nicknamed or named them the Razorback Mountains, because you start to get into the hills, and then all of a sudden the mountains are just very, very steep. And they just kind of jagged and head upward quickly. So it takes you most of the day to get there, but around sunset, you hit the beginnings of the mountains and the steeper incline that heads up. And there's a few roads that kind of diverge, that head up and around certain sections of the mountains. So there's actually 3 of them. There's one, you have one to the right, one to the left, and one kind of center that goes real steep, and looks like it becomes climbing for the most part. Where would you guys like to head?
I will consult the compass and see where it points.
I will consult my legs that are being tired of doing all this climbing.
DM, what you mean? Oh, DM, what you mean steep? You mean like going up high, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, steep. They're like, the pitch is really is it goes up quickly. So it's not like it's just a steady incline as you're going. You kind of hit the mountains and they just start going up, real steep, real fast.
I go
Didn't the locals at Red Hawk mention a tunnel under the mountains?
They mentioned possibly that none of them had actually been past the mountains, but they had mentioned that there had been people who left, because there was rumors that there were tunnels or some way to get through the mountains without having to go over.
Okay. I'm gonna make an investigation check to see for a tunnel. Check for a tunnel.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. Lupe, as you use the compass while Rowan's rolling his check,
6.
it just points basically to the mountains, like the mountains directly in front of you. It's pretty much a generic arrow towards the mountains. What'd you say you got, Rowan?
6.
6. There's 3 roads. That's pretty much, and just kind of what you're able to see. The one, like I said, directly in front of you, goes up real steep, and it seems to kind of transitions to climbing, probably within 30 or 40 feet up. Whereas the left and the right kind of go up. They go like kind of around the sides of some of the hills and in cliffs that are starting off. So it's kind of like you're walking, up but sideways, and that's a little less steep.
Can I roll an investigation?
Go for it. What are you looking for?
Any signs of foot traffic, basically.
Okay.
And I dropped my die. It's fine. I got a 3.
Is that with your bonus?
I have passive perception. I think. Hang on, I forgot to pull up my character sheet.
No problem.
But no, that's not with my bonus or modifier. Come on, load. Perception, that's investigation. Investigation. I have a +5 to that, so that'd be an 8.
So you have an 8. It's tough to tell. I mean, like I said, they're. What's that, Cricket?
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Why? I told the group.
No, I just said. Go ahead, Rowan. What were you going to say?
Oh, I told the group that we might want to go right. What does the compass say?
Can I send Crash to fly ahead of us to check out the steep path?
You can do that, yeah. You want him to go up the center?
Crash, listen. He can do flying. Go up, okay? And then if it's the right one, you come back down and you do 2 barks. 2, okay? You got it.
All right. So you're sending him up the middle one.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a. I'm trying to think.
You want
No.
investigation?
I think for him, yeah, give me an. I think survival would be better because he's really looking for kind of the same thing Francis was looking. He's looking to see which one is been
Creepers,
used
creepers.
more, right? So that's like tracking. I would say give me survival.
No, he's trying to see. Okay.
But you get it at advantage because you're using Crash and he's flying. So roll it twice and give me the best one.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong. I got an 80.
That's a bit high.
That's a 6. And that is a 16.
Okay, and what's your
And it's
survival?
-1.
Okay, so 15
-1.
is your high. 15 is pretty good though.
Yes.
15 is better than what we've been getting. Yeah, it doesn't look like the middle, like the center one is very good. He comes back down and goes "Rrrr," and just growls.
What a good boy. What a good boy you are. What a good boy. Okay, that's good. That'll save my poor little legs. So left or right, team? Flip a coin.
Right. I say right.
I'll agree.
Right is
All
fine.
right.
All right.
I don't really care.
Cricket, did your dog growl?
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
It's like a gear that grinds to make it growl.
Do you think he could have saw something up the mountain?
Could do what?
Rowan did he like see anything up the mountain? So he didn't bark. He growls. So did he see something up the mountain?
Yeah, if we have him go a little ways ahead of us, he can't go too far ahead. But he could go a little way and be a little. You want that?
Yeah, but I think Rowan was asking about why he growled. I
60
think
feet ahead of us.
it is growling more to say that
Oh,
the
he
center
growled because
path
I
wasn't
told him.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I told him to bark if it was good, and it wasn't good, so he did growling instead.
Okay. All right. All right, then to the right
Sorry.
path. Yes, sir.
Fine.
All right.
You guys head up the path. It's a little steep, but not too bad. It's kind of like walking up an incline, because it kind of loops around, and it sort of goes zigzag. So you walk for 30 minutes or so, and then it kind of turns and heads up the other direction, and it makes its way zigzagging sort of higher up the side of the mountain, of this cliff that you've reached. And you follow it, I would say, past dark. And that's at the point where you come out to sort of a leveled area that's maybe 30 by 30, on the cliff side. It's almost like an indent, not a cave, but kind of a little overhang where there's a little bit more room. And you guys hit that point probably about 2 hours after dark. By now, you've been traveling, like I said, for you've been traveling, I would say, total of about 3 hours since you left the bottom of the mountain. So you're a good ways up. You're probably, I would say, easily maybe 1,500 feet up into the mountain.
One needs sleep.
As we were traveling, did I hear like any wildlife, like animals, crickets, all that stuff, birds?
Not you occasionally hear birds like in the distance flying, especially the higher you get, but nothing like on the side of the mountain. You don't see any like small critters or anything like that.
I say we should set up camp for the night.
I agree. I normally don't get tired, but I have half or possibly a third of the leg size of you guys. I just want to do resting.
So let's go long rest.
Anybody want to take first watch? I'll do second.
Oh, I can.
I can take a watch as well. I don't sleep.
Okay, so what's the watch, or who's going to do watch, and kind of what's the order?
I'm gonna do the first watch.
All right. I will do the second.
Okay. Okay. So everybody kind of packs down for the night. Rowan, you're on first watch, so go ahead and roll me a d20.
Hey, pretty good. Just a D20 or perception check?
No, just a d20.
19.
19. Okay. Your watch goes fairly uneventful. There's a few times you think you hear stuff, but it's windy, and the wind kind of howls as it whips around the side of the mountain. Like I said, you guys are sort of almost on the mountainside, like on a cliff. And you're pretty sure that's just what you're hearing occasionally. It is getting windier the higher up you get, and a little chilly. But you go through for a few hours during your watch, and before you know it, it is time to wake up your second person.
I'll take next watch.
Okay.
I already said I'd take second, so
Oh,
Oh,
Lupe,
sorry.
Lupe's got it.
that's
That's all
okay.
right.
I'm already awake anyway, so
All right.
you can have a longer sleep.
Lupe, roll me a dice. Give me a D20.
I got a 10.
Okay. All right. Your watch pretty much goes the same. Pretty uneventful. There's not a lot on the side of the mountain. And you do hear wind as well, but that's kind of all you hear. And then Francis, you have third watch. So give me a D20 roll. Let's see what you.
You kidding me? I got a 1.
Okay, you have a 1. No problem. Give me a perception check.
All right. A 10.
Okay. Do you have a bonus on it or?
Yeah, I think I have a +4.
Okay, so 14.
Wait, no, that's adding the wisdom modifier, correct?
Yeah, it should be what's next to your perception.
Oh yeah, then it's a +4.
Skills check, but it should be wisdom. Yeah, 4.
Hey,
So 14. Francis, your perception check's 14. So about halfway through your watch, you start to catch like flickers of light from probably about 60 feet above you.
Oh, that's great.
Kind of just, you see it. It's like there's, you're in a little, like I said, a little indenture in the rock that you guys are camping in, but like kind of out where you're sitting near the edge, you like further up the face of the mountain, you can see like flickers of light a little bit.
Can I tell if who's the most who's, how do I word this? I'm gonna turn to Lupe because I think I'd be able to tell if she wasn't asleep. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Don't.
she doesn't sleep.
The worst is I get lost in thought because I'm all like, who am I?
The Dave questions. All right, so I turn to Lupe and ask, and I shake her out of thought. I'm like, "You see that?" And I just point to where the light was coming from.
What is that?
Lupe, you do see light flickering.
Can I make light flickering Arcana check?
You can, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 26.
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to be magical light.
Okay.
It has some other source, more natural. It seems like a more natural source.
Fireflies, perhaps? Do they come this high? Let's keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't come closer.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll investigation.
All right, there's probably not much you can investigate unless you're planning on going up.
And then I'll just stay back and just watch.
Oh, nature check?
Again, from here, there's probably not much you can see because it's like whatever the source of it is like, kind of also on either on the path or on an indenture. So you're basically seeing like,
Okay.
you're seeing the light shining from somewhere you can't see right now.
Mhm.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. You see occasionally the flickering back, it goes on and off, and then it goes out. It'll be out for 15 minutes or so, and then occasionally you'll see it flickering again. And that's pretty much the end of your shift. So I'm just assuming Cricket's taking the last shift.
Yeah, do I see flickers?
Give me a perception check.
Or did they tell me about it when I wake up?
I would
Did
think
you-
so.
Did you
Absolutely.
point it out, Francis? All right, then you don't have to do a perception check because you would know
Okay.
exactly where to look.
Yeah, I
You
pointed
I'm
don't
out.
gonna-
at first.
I'm gonna roll for an elixir because I have one that flies, so I got a 1 out of 6 shot.
Okay.
Oh no, I got a 6. That's a transformation, but I can save that for later. So
Okay.
that's pretty good. I guess I'm just gonna sit here thinking about what I could have had for breakfast if we were still in Candyland.
Worms?
You don't
Probably some
see
kids' fingers,
um,
but they're fine.
you don't see the light at first, but after a few minutes you do see kind of a flickering from above, again about 65 feet up. And you hear a little bit of shuffling, and it seems like the light is moving a little bit. And then you hear a little bit more shuffling, and then the light goes out. And you don't see it the rest of your shift.
Oh, okay. I
Mm.
was gonna do a cantrip.
You
That's
could
fine.
try. As it was disappearing, what would you like to do?
I want to do dancing lights.
Okay. Where are you casting it?
At the lights that are up there.
All right.
And I say, hey, these are my lights. Do you want to do playing? I don't know. And then I set my lights up.
You get up to 4 of them, right? You can use up to 4 like globes. So
Yep.
are you sending all 4, or where are you putting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I send all 4.
Sending them like all just up towards like where you see the light shining above you. All right.
Yeah.
You
They
hear
can
some
go
more
up to 60
shuffling
feet.
to 60.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
should just about reach it.
Okay.
Definitely you hear some shuffling and almost like mumbles, like it's like 60 feet, and then
Yeah.
a torch flies out from
That's what I thought.
overhead at one of your globes, which it just kind of goes through because your globes are pretty much illusionary
Yeah.
sources of light, and then you don't hear any, and then you hear like you hear shuffling quickly, and then nothing the rest of your shift, and no more light.
Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. That's some good intel. All right. Is everybody else awake? Hey,
I am.
up. It's morning times.
Mop.
Don't make me sing my morning song at you.
Okay.
You won't like it.
I'm getting up.
Sometime I might have to. Somebody threw a torch at me last night, but guess what? That means that there's a tunnel above us. So do we have ropes and things? Could we do prestidigitationist? Could we do climbing time? I don't know. But I think if we could get into the tunnel, it might be quicker. Oh, but then I think they're friendly. I think if they were not friendly, they would throw a lot of torches. That's my.
DM, can we cast presentation to make rope that long? I don't think so.
No, not that long. And
Okay.
it also depends on, it would be a race because prestidigitation only lasts so long. So you'd be racing up to see if you get everybody up before it disappears.
That could be fun. That sounds like something we could try.
Do you want to send up Crash up there?
I have spider climb as well, so I can try climbing up.
Yes, you do.
And I'll try climbing up to wherever that light was coming from the night before.
Okay, it's 60 feet.
Mhm. All right, Francis,
When
you don't
she-
need to roll anything because you're, as a dampier, your spider climb is not even a spell. It's just natural. You can literally walk on any surface. So you're able to pretty much walk up the side of this mountain like and your world almost switches. So you don't even feel like you're necessarily walking up. It's like all of a sudden the side of the mountain is the ground and you're just heading in a direction basically. And you're able to walk for a good 60, it's about 60 feet as you come to another ledge.
All right.
And so you as you approach the ledge, what would you like to do? Do you want to just walk over and up onto it, or what would you like to do?
I'd like to try to sneak a little bit and kind of peek over the edge to see if I can see anything.
Okay. All right. Then give me a stealth,
All right.
because it's not really an investigation. You'd be able to see pretty clearly, but I want to see how sneaky you are.
It's an 8. And do I have a +5 for stealth. So that would be
13.
13.
Okay. You kind of peek over real quick with you kind of put one eye up. You kind of try to put as little bit of your face as you can. There is another indent in the rock, and this one's a little bigger. It's about 45 to 50 feet, almost like half a bubble carved out of the rock. There you don't see anybody else up here, but in the far deeper section of the bubble that's been cut out of the rock, there is a large stone door with engravings around the door frame, and it's actually a double door, but the whole thing looks like it's stone, and it's set in the side of it.
Oh, that's lovely. Not remotely anxiety-inducing at all.
And there is another path that comes to this one, but it goes the other direction from the path you guys were on.
Well, I'll return to the group and let them know that, like, hey, so there's what appears to be an entrance into the mountain, and there's carvings all around the doors that I can't read. So how do you want to proceed?
First of all, DM, can we hear her all the way up there?
No, she
No, I
just
walked
returned.
back
She just
down
came
to
back
tell
down.
you.
All right. We could give it a look.
Can you? What did the carving? Sorry, what do the carvings look like, Francis?
But I'm able to describe what they look like or draw them.
You weren't close enough to see. You could only see that there was some sort of writing. You weren't close enough to make it out. It was, like I said, it was a good 50 feet away from the edge where you were.
All right. Then I'll go back up and get a closer look and draw it down in a notebook or something.
What languages do you speak, Francis?
Let me check. I know I can speak Common and Elvish languages.
Okay, yeah, you don't recognize it.
But would I be able to copy the characters.
Oh, yeah.
And
You sure can.
then I'll do that, come back down and pass it around to see if anybody recognizes it.
All right. Who are you gonna
Gnomish?
pass it to first?
Whoever's standing to my right. I'll go Lupe. You
Okay.
first.
Lupe, what do you
Before we
speak?
do that,
Common and
DM,
gnomish.
before we do that, where do we see?
Where the what?
Where do we see? Where do we see where our languages are? I can't find.
It's on your first page, on the left side, down near the bottom. It's near proficiencies.
Don't have that. I have other proficiencies, but I don't have regular. Okay.
All right,
Sorry,
so
I didn't-
Lupe, go ahead. I can check on your stuff too. So Lupe,
I
you
think
said you speak Gnomish and what else?
Common.
Common. You Gnomish. You recognize it. You can't read it, but it's close enough to Gnomish that you recognize that it's Dwarven,
Okay.
but you don't read Dwarven.
Does anyone read Dwarven?
Alright, so should we start making our way up the mountain?
What's that, Rowan? Do you speak Dwarf?
No.
Okay.
Roman says, should we start making our way up the mountain?
So I guess we
Well,
continue track.
I guess we do because we can't have Francis carry all of us.
Yeah.
And none of us speak Dwarven, so. All right. At least we know we're working with dwarves likely. So that's
We'll
pretty good.
contour the question. Yeah. I thought making my way up the mountain first.
Okay. How are you getting up? Because there's no path past where you are.
Wall climbing style, basically. Rock climbing.
Okay. Do you have any gear? Because this is like straight up.
Okay. DM, can I use presentation to make me one of the like hook things?
Yes, but it'll last 10 minutes. So you gotta.
All right. So 10 minutes up the mountain.
Can we have Francis? Can we have Francis spider climb? They seem to come out at night. Could she go back up at night and we could see if they could help us? Otherwise, we're gonna have to turn around and go to the left path because we're not gonna be able to climb this.
In that case, we might want to go back because we don't know how these people are. We could wait tonight, but if they attack Francis, she'd be up there by herself.
What do you
Well, you
guys
have
think?
one of
Should
you-
we wait?
You have one of you that can get up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
All
think
she
I
needs
could
is
carry
like,
you guys one at a time, but I'm not sure.
or see if they have a rope. If they're willing to do ropes and sharing.
Is rope involved in thieves' tools?
No, but one of you
I
must
seen
have
those.
rope.
Oh no, never mind.
I neglected to mark down having a adventurer's kit or anything like that.
I feel like it's normally
It's part
normally
of your
comes with the
starting gear.
territory.
Yeah. Let me check. Hold on.
I
Adventurer's
think
kit.
I have rope for my
You do.
flare spell.
You have rope.
Yeah, 30
You have
feet.
rope,
It's
so
only 30 feet.
well, that's how much you need for your spell, correct?
Yeah.
Rope comes in 50-foot runs.
Okay. Well, if she can go up and hold or anchor it. We could maybe try to jump 10 feet, or somebody could maybe Rowan could hand us up and then he could climb a little bit and then do the rope.
Probably
We
can.
could do that. We could do
Wait.
that, right?
Wait, why do you need me to climb out? Can't Francis? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys could grab the
Because
rope.
It's 60 feet up.
Yeah.
The rope is 50 feet. So it's going to be 10 feet off the ground. But if you can, Francis is going to go up. If you can pass up Lupe hold her up, get her up onto
Yeah.
the rope, and then get me up onto the rope. And then you can either jump or you could do such climbing and then go on the rope.
That big brain thinking right there. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, I am 207. Every now and then, I do remember things.
I would say also, Rowan, that you have rope. You didn't have it on there, but you have everything else that would come in that pack. So you should have rope as well.
I will check my inventory. And
I just checked on your sheet. It wasn't listed, but everything else that's listed in the adventures pack is on yours. So I'm assuming it just didn't get written down because you have everything else,
Okay.
like tinder box, all that kind of stuff.
All right.
So you should have 50 foot of rope as well.
Wait,
Well, there
how
you
long?
go.
50
long?
foot.
50 foot.
50.
50.
Yep.
No, shit.
Now we
Oh,
can tie it together.
I look in my backpack. I said, "Oh shit, guys, I have rope." All right. So yeah, let's tie these knots together. Yeah.
Rowan's like, guys, I wish I could find something in this backpack, but there's just all this rope in the way. I can't find anything.
Oh man.
So yeah, I tied the rope together, and yeah. So that's more than enough to get to the top.
Yeah.
Francis, are you gonna have to hold this, or are you gonna? Is there anything to anchor it to?
I'll take a look. DM, do I see anything that I can tie the rope to, or would I have to hold it myself?
No, there's a few rocks, like large rocks, like boulders that I would say are probably the size of like a beanbag chair, but they're boulders. So I mean, if you could use enough rope to tie around that, it's definitely heavy enough that I think it would anchor.
All right, then I say that since Rowan has rope and Cricket I think has rope, tie them together, see how long that is, and then I can tie it around the rock and anchor it.
Should be enough because you got 100 feet and you only got to go 60. Plus, I'll say you use about 75 because you got to get up and over and then tie around the rock. But yeah, you're still, the point being you have plenty between the two ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already up there now. Who is going first?
I will.
I suggest Lupe.
Yeah.
Lupe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lupe, you're gonna climb up first, which is no problem. But give me an athletics check
Okay. Let's see. Just a straight D20. Everybody pray.
to see how good you paid attention in gym class when it was rope climb.
Moderate attention. 13.
13. All right, I'll say I mean, at times you got to take a break to kind of give your biceps a little bit of a break, but you're able to get up without any issue. So you get up and over the top. Who's going next?
I go next.
Okay,
I
give
help
me
Cricket up.
your athletics check, Cricket.
Yeah.
I got a 10 minus 1, 9.
All right. It takes you longer because you're littler. So you have a lot of energy, but not a whole lot of muscle mass. Especially when you're trying to climb up the wall. So it takes you longer, but you do eventually get up there.
I did it.
And so, Rowan, you are last. Give me your athletics check.
All right, I take about 10 feet back, and I do a run and jump. Wait, what do I need to roll for?
Athletics.
I play natural 20 plus 2.
Oh! After you two struggled, Rowan like runs and jumps and grabs a hold, and he does the thing where he doesn't even use his legs. He just does this like in pretty much one smooth shot, 60 feet, and he's like he comes up over the edge like, what was your guys' problem? How come it took you so long?
Lazy wimps. All right.
You should have given me a piggyback ride,
You
Rowan.
never asked for one.
Well, I want to be impolite.
All right, so
Time,
you
okay.
guys are all now up there. You besides the boulder with your rope tied around it, you're looking at a kind of a flat area that's as Francis described, it looks like a large bubble almost has been carved out of the rock and goes in about 50 feet, and there is a large double stone door that's closed, and there's a frame around it that has writing, which Lupe identified from the sketches is most likely dwarvish.
Okay. Can I make an Arcana check to see if these writing are just words or are they like enchanted words?
Sure.
Ah. Arcana 23.
All right. They are words, but there is some magic to them.
Okay. All right. Do I know Arcana magic or no?
What's that? Well, you can feel with a 23, you can feel that it's these words have something to do with the operation of the doors.
I just can't read it. Yeah, I see like no handle or anything.
Oh, there's handles.
All right. I take about 20 feet back and I cast Mage Hand to open the door.
Okay. It doesn't budge.
Okay. Any other ideas? I have one idea.
I have one idea.
Knock.
We could not. That's a good idea too. That'd probably be better. I was gonna say we don't know what they mean, but do we know how to pronounce them? Will we do a history check for that?
I would doubt it.
I am just throwing this out. Wait, DM, question.
Mhm.
So, since Lady Taffy magic faded away when we dispelled her staff, do I still have the grenade of the gumdrop?
Uh,
Woo!
you do still have the gumdrop grenades.
Can we knock first before we do grenading on it?
Yes,
I don't wanna
let's knock in case they are not
don't wanna
unfriendly
make
to
it
travelers.
Just leave it
So
as
mad. Also, I don't want to cause a collapse.
Hmm.
All right, so Lupe tries to knock. You knock on it, and it's like knocking on granite. I mean, it's like solid. It's pretty solid rock, and it doesn't make much of a sound because it's like knocking on rock.
All right. Can I use my
but
thaumaturgy to sort of amplify the sound?
You sure can. Yeah.
Okay.
So you do that, and it does make it a much bigger sound. But you guys wait 5-10 minutes, and there's nothing. There's no answer.
All right, let's blow it up.
Put my hand together and I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay, give me Dispel Magic has got to be, I'm trying to think of the side, how this would work with it. Roll me a d20.
No modifiers?
What's that? Give me you can use your spell modifier, which is +7.
Oh, better. 16?
16. It does not open the door, but it changes the words to common.
All right.
Good
What did they
job.
say? What did they say? Okay.
All right, so now you're able to read them, and the words going around the door frame say, in order to enter, you must shed what weighs you down.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't like the sound of that.
Rowan, this is your first campaign with the Roll Again group, so I'm going to let you in on a secret. They're not good with puzzles.
We don't like
Okay.
riddles.
All right.
Not even a little.
We don't like any riddles at all.
Okay. I'll walk up to the door, and I have a couple of theories. I drop my shield, and I drop my mace. Does it change?
You reach out, grab a hold of the thing. Does not.
How is ways spelled?
Okay.
Please.
I lean forward and I whisper this. And I whisper this. Rowan whispered that he misses his wife. That is a big guilt on his conscience. Does it open?
You reach out and you reach out to grasp the handle, and your hand goes through it, and you stumble through the door.
Ooh.
Cool.
Nice.
Woo. All right. So yeah. I'm inside the door, right?
Yeah,
Just
but
go
it's solid now. You basically walk through it like phasing, but it's still now it's solid for the three of you still.
Okay, I'll go. I go up and I say, sometimes I just wish I was 8. Or 13. And then I put my hand on the handle.
And you stumble through it.
All right. Oh, did anybody pick back up his shield?
Well, the other two
I
of
had
us are
picked up
sliding.
on that. I was just gonna see if you guys did.
Oh crap. All right.
I'll pick up his stuff so that I can carry it with me and return it. All right.
I'll walk up and say, I wish I knew the secret of my past. How I came to be this way.
This is the saddest
Okay,
day we've ever
and you phase right through it.
Besides the
God.
day when we killed the dragon fairy.
Oh no! Remember that? Don't make me cry. I walk up to the door and I say to it, I wish I wasn't so angry all the time over a situation I can't control. And I wish I wasn't what I am.
And you pass through.
Do we hear what the other people said or no?
I whispered mine. So
I didn't. I can't whisper anything.
I'm gonna say you did because you were all standing fairly close, and it was Rowan only because if they hadn't heard you, they wouldn't have known what to do.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Can I whisper something to Francis
Yeah.
in my lowest voice? I think it's interesting that you did wish you could drink blood. You just want the anger gone, but the blood drinking you're kind of okay
I
with.
just want to live as immortal again so I can die.
I'm glad to hear that from you. Perhaps
I just
my
want to
research,
die.
maybe we can come up with a cure.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I don't think I want to die. I just would like to be taller sometimes. Oh, and have strong arms. And have people take me seriously. Oh,
Francis, would you like me to conduct studies and see if we can find a cure together?
I have some unfinished business that I would like to take care of before looking for a cure. But once that's out of the way, then that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I will be happy to help.
Oh,
We're
be happy to
inside
help
the
with
wall, right?
unfinished business.
What?
Do you need to blow up a town? Because I did that one time.
Jesus, how? Okay, pass. I'm gonna cast a light.
Mhm.
To light up the room or wherever we are.
Yep. You're in a tunnel. It's about 8 feet wide, which was about the width of the doors, the two doors together. And it is about 8 feet wide and about, I say, about 8 feet tall. So almost like a square, and it goes past your. I'm trying to think. How far does your light cast?
My light spell cast. I am not sure at the moment. Just give me a minute.
Probably, I'm thinking like
I think
probably
30
15
feet.
to 20 feet. Yeah, maybe 30. So it casts pretty much all the way to where you see a wall. It's a good 20 feet or so from where you are if you follow the corridor, and then it splits. It's forked.
Fork.
And there's one tunnel that goes to the right and one tunnel that kind of goes off to the left. It's like basically like a fork in the road, but in a
Fork in the
tunnel.
mountain. All right.
I pick up the fork in the road.
I pick
You
up
got
the
fork.
sword.
All right.
All right, Amelia Bedelia.
And then I hit the road with a bat.
Can we do perception check to see which way we should go?
I'm gonna do an investigation check if I see any tracks in here.
Okay.
Steve, I sent you a PM.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm wondering. It's right now that you don't see a lot of tracks. The floor is stone, but it's kind of almost like stone tile. The walls are a little rough. But the ceiling is also cut pretty well. So these were definitely, it's not like a cave tunnel. It's definitely something that was man-made or
Dwarf made.
so you don't really see it. It'd be like trying to look for footprints on a tile floor.
I see what you're saying. Okay. But my light goes up to 20 feet of range, and I suggest we should go to the left.
What does the compass say?
I look at it. It's probably not going to help. It'll just.
Yeah, it's kind of just, it's actually kind of spinning right now because you guys are inside the mountain a little bit.
Mountain is the shard.
In here somewhere.
I'm uneasy about this.
Why don't we?
Want to send crash?
No, I was thinking. No, I don't. I was thinking if we, well, the rope's not going to get us very far. If we mark something here, and then we drop like breadcrumbs.
Oh, we know how to do that. I cast presentation to make like a piece of chalk.
That works.
That works. That way, if we need to come back, we can follow it. And also, we'll know if we're going in circles, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So which way would you like to go?
Right? It's the only right way.
All right. So you guys head to the right.
Yeah.
This tunnel continues. You still have your light on, right?
Yes, in 1 hour.
Okay. So your light orb continues to follow you, and so you're able to see fairly well. You enter, it basically comes around after about 30 feet or so to a doorway where there's an old kind of wooden door that's sort of, it's kind of connected, but like the top hinge is off, so it's kind of cockeyed, and it's half open already.
All right. I make a circle on the wall with my chalk, and can I see through this crack open door?
Partially because your light is blocked kind of by the door, but then it kind of juts in through the I would say there's probably about a foot and a half open, and that you can, if you kind of looked in there, you could probably see.
Can I look? Can I look through?
Sure, you kind of look through if you're trying to look around the door a little bit, and it looks like it's a room. You can see that the light is kind of glowing. It's lighting up more area than just a tunnel.
Okay. Am I able to walk through? Am I able to walk through the door? Right.
Yeah, you should be. Give me a strength check. See if you can move the door.
Okay. Yeah. Strength check. Strength check.
6. That's not great, but I'm gonna say that you're gonna be able to open it because it's still on a hinge. It's just kind of half broken off, and it is wood, so you should still be able to kind of slide it. It's gonna take a little bit of your shoulder, but you will be able to get it in. So you're gonna be able to open the door, and then we'll pause for a quick break, and then you guys will see the inside of the room when we come back. All right, so we're back. Come back from break, and Rowan has just pushed aside a broken wooden door, and your light orb kind of zooms in over your shoulder, Rowan, and you're able to see what looks like about a 15-foot by 15-foot room, and this is a lot better constructed than even the tunnel that you were just in is. This is definitely like stone tile floors. The walls are made out of stone bricks, and they've been carved. And straight across from you, there is another door. And then the room is fairly empty, except for as you're looking at the room, in the far left corner, there's a large 5 by 5 foot wooden cage.
Wooden cage. Do I see anything inside this cage?
You'd probably have to there's something in it, but you have to get closer to be able to tell.
All right.
I've
I
got
had
dark vision. I'll go check it out.
I have dark vision too.
Well,
60
the whole
feet.
room's lit up right now because
Oh,
of
okay. I
Rowan's
wasn't sure if
light.
it reached the whole way. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I get a little bit closer. Thinking about 10 feet closer.
Mhm.
It's still dark.
There is like about a 3-foot long body, and it looks sort of humanoid, but it has 6 arms, and it has it looks very insect-like, but the head is missing. It's been chopped off.
Can I first of all, I'm gonna do a perception check around the entire room so I won't get jumped in the dark. Perception. 11. And then I'm gonna do an investigation check on this insect body.
Sure. Perception check 11 is average, but I mean, there's not much you're missing in here because it's a pretty, like I said, it's a square room, and your light lights the whole thing up. So pretty much it's just this cage in here. Yep. And so from an inspection standpoint, you're able to kind of see the body. You're able to lift the cage up. And and you can see that the body is, it definitely kind of insectish. It has like a hard exoskeleton. It has 6 arms, 4 arms, and 2 legs, but 6 appendages. And it has sort of a thorax that's kind of has an exoskeleton to it, and it's sort of like a brownish, like a dark brownish color. But then right above the um, the torso, it's been chopped at the neck,
Can
and the head
I
is not there.
can I
Alright.
tell, I guess medicine check, if it was just hacked off or if it was removed, a bit more with a bit more intent?
You could, yeah, give me a check.
Okay.
But I totally wanted to come in the room. It's clear.
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry. I assumed we all just followed you.
Lupe was right behind you. You didn't even see her. She was
Yeah.
just.
I'm gonna go.
12.
Yeah, it looks like it was cut. Like someone cut it off.
Okay. Cleanly.
DM.
Sort of.
Okay.
I mean, it could be cleaner, but it was definitely chopped.
DM.
Do I
am
notice any other marks on it? Like, was there any experimentation or did they just kill it?
No, it looks like it was just killed. It had been trapped, and then the head was removed. Rowan, what were you looking for?
Can I identify the race or species of this creature? As a player, I think I know what it is.
You wouldn't have seen this because it doesn't exist in where you guys are from.
Okay. All right. All right. So clearly, whoever lived in this mountain killed this creature. So someone must live here. And how long had this body been dead?
Can I tell that?
Yeah, from your medicine check, Lupe, it seems like it's been dead. I mean, at least a few hours. It's not like rotting yet, but it's also it's not brand new. It's not fresh.
Can I take some anatomy notes for myself?
You sure can.
Cool. Do I notice anything interesting other than just it's insectoid and 6 arms and
Yep, it's insectoid. It's got 4 arms, 2 legs, so 6 appendages altogether, and then sort of like a thorax. Um, and but again, tough to identify past insectoid without a head.
Okay.
That would be helpful.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah.
I will look around the room. Do I see anything else? Like another door?
No, just the door. The rest of the room is pretty bare. It's empty.
Oh, you said the door was almost like broken off. Can I find out like what caused the door to break off?
Yeah, you certainly can. You go over and you walk over and you take a look. Your passive perception is pretty good. Not to mention, you're an investigator. So take a look at this. It seems like it's got scratches on it on the outside, the part that was facing the tunnel. And so it seems like it may have been pushed through or broken through by whatever is in the cage. The scratches do seem to kind of match up with the claws of the creature.
All right. Okay. Do I see any more of these scratches or claw marks in this room?
No, nope.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the body and I'm gonna like go all CSI on him and check the hands. Do I see any like dirt or bruises? Do I know? Basically, am I asking, did this thing cause the door to break?
Yeah, it looks it. There's wood splinters and things like that on its claws. It looks like it was trying to break through the door, and then it just knocked it off its hinge, probably.
Any sign of how they got it in the cage? Was it like a trap that fell down over it, or?
Yeah, yeah. There's no door to the cage. It's just a cage with no bottom, so it does look like it had come down from the ceiling.
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, it does appear when you looked at the ceiling, like it looks like there's a spot where the ceiling in this room is about 8 feet tall, like the tunnel was, but right here it looks like it had been carved in more so that this cage could set up higher, and then something had caused it. This creature did caused it to drop.
Are there blood stains around? I mean,
Uh,
obviously
only
under
from
the
head
creature,
being
but
yeah.
only from the head. Okay.
Well, there's a
Mhm.
few. There's some. Give me an investigation specific for that.
All right. Investigation, say +4. 14.
There are some stains in this area of the room, kind of near the cage, that look older than the ones that are coming from the creature that you've got right now.
Okay.
So there's some that look older than that. That look like they've been like, much older, like dried stains. Whereas the blood that's coming from this creature is kind of a greenish brown.
Okay. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, it's drying, but it's still like, how like when stuff starts to dry, especially like blood and things, it starts to get sort of just thicker.
Okay.
It's kind of at that stage. It's not completely dry yet, but you can tell it's been a couple hours at least. But the other stains you see are just stains. They're like completely evaporated, but they've left stains on the tile.
Can I collect a couple samples, like a vial of the blood and maybe like one of
You
the
can
hands or
you
something?
can knock your socks off, whatever you like to call.
Sweet.
Okay, DM, 2 more investigation checks.
Sure. What would you like? What are you looking
I'm
for?
gonna check the marker on his neck to see like what caused him to was forcefully was with blade, magic, yada yada. It does since the head is gone, does he like dripping of blood anywhere? Being away from the body.
The head. Yeah, give me the first one for the head for the cut.
Ugh, God.
And actually, I'll say just give me one roll, and I'll count it for both of them.
10. All right. Okay. 10.
Is that with your modifier?
Yes, I got 6 + 4.
Okay. It definitely looks like it was chopped off. Most likely, from what you could tell, it looks a lot like an axe.
Axe, okay.
Or a heavy sword, but something that was, had a little bit of heft to it.
Okay.
It seems reasonable to assume the dwarves trapped this creature and killed it.
That might be true, but we don't exactly know if this place could have dwarves. I write everything down in my spell Bible.
As far as the drips, as far as the where the tracks of blood, Rowan, you do see a couple fresh drips that are heading to the other door of the room, which is closer. The other door of the room is actually like 4 feet from this cage. There's like 2 or 3 drips in that direction, but then it stops, and there's no more drips but it looks like there was a few going towards the door.
Wait, so there's a different door in this room?
Yeah, there was one
there's the
directly
you
across.
came in, and there's one directly across from you.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of where you're at, because the cage was on the opposite end of the room near that door, but over to the left.
Okay.
Are we ready to explore beyond the next door?
I think so. I make a circle in this room against the wall, and go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
How do I say this? I'll put my ears against the door to see if I hear anything.
All right. You don't hear anything.
All right. I'll be the first one to go through.
Yep, it's locked.
Are there any writing around this one?
No?
Nope.
All right. I use my thief tool. Wait, can I lock the door?
Yep. Roll me a d20 for your thieves tool.
All right. What's that? Cricket. Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Cricket helps, she'll give you advantage. Rowan, give me a d20 plus your proficiency.
Plus my proficiency bonus,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay. I roll with advantage or no?
With advantage because Cricket's helping you. Yes.
Okay. Woo! 18 plus 3, 21.
Yep. That works. It's a very simple lock. I mean, once you get in there, you find that compared to your skills, you've opened a lot tougher locks. This was not necessarily meant to keep out thieves. It seems to be more just to keep the doors locked or closed. It's like the difference between you're used to like a high security system, and this is like the kind of lock you would have on like your bedroom door. It's like on the handle, that's kind of it's a little bit more simplistic. So you find after a minute, especially with Cricket, she's like like under you, kind of pointing, and she's like, oh, right, just kind of twitch there. And so between the two of you and your experiences, it doesn't take long. It takes about maybe 2 minutes, and you hear a click.
I asked Cricket, can you see in the dark?
Yeah, I have dim vision or dark vision. I mean,
Can everyone see in the dark? I think so.
mhm.
I told
so,
them.
yeah.
Lupe, can you see in the dark?
What?
Can you see in the dark?
My mask allows me to.
Okay.
Oh, cool. All right. I told my light.
Can I see in the dark?
Yeah.
I didn't
Can,
see it on my
I
character.
think so.
All right.
You're a creature of the dark.
Yes.
Vampire.
Yep.
Yeah, I told my light. All right, and I head through the door.
All right. So he turns the light out. All of a sudden, you guys can still see, but now it's just almost like you're seeing a black and white kind of. You definitely know. Although Rowan looks back at you before he walks through the door, and Rowan's eyes are like orange.
Rowan, don't forget to mark with the chalk.
Thank you. Yeah, I do that too when we get on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
So you enter in, and there's a small corridor that you walk into, and this one is different than your first tunnels. Again, it's very well carved. It looks like the inside, almost like the inside of a castle, more than like a tunnel under the ground. And it goes about 6 or 7 feet before it opens up into a large round room. And there's a statue of a dwarf with a big sword that he's leaning on in the center of this large round room.
Do you think that could have more pieces?
More pieces?
Pieces of the god or whatever?
Oh, I'll check my
Oh.
compass just in case.
Also, is there a way out of this room? Do we see other pathways from the room?
You guys aren't in the room yet. I'm expecting Rowan's first. So who else is behind him? How are you guys in order? Because this
Rowan,
corridor is kind of like a hallway.
Rowan, before we go in case people are following us, can we make one mark with the chalk for the way we're going and a different mark to throw people off? If we have that option again, I just thought of it.
All right. Go back to the door. We just enter. I make a arrow point back towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So we got Rowan in front. Who's behind Rowan? What's the order in the hallway?
I think Cricket will be behind me since he helped me with the lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be behind Cricket.
I guess I'll bring up the rear.
All
I
right.
like to be first.
Okay, so you guys are still in the hallway, Rowan. You're kind of like this hallway is it's actually was like an angle. So you're walking the hallway, and then the hallway kind of ends, and you actually like kind of look to your left a little bit, and you see this huge circular room with the statue in the center.
Just a room with a statue.
Yeah, it's a large circular room. It's bigger than the last room you were in, but there's like a statue of a dwarf. I mean, the statue is like 6 or 7 feet tall, but it's obvious from the proportions and everything that it's supposed to be. It's a dwarf. It's like an oversized statue of a dwarf.
All right. I'm going to. I believe this is a ritual casting. I'll go into my spell Bible and cast detect magic in this room.
Yes, the statue glows.
Okay. Oh, did I see Lupe?
Yeah, I'm in the rear.
Lupe, do you still have the compass?
Yes, I will take a look.
Yeah, the compass still points ahead. Like you
Okay.
guys are heading in the right direction, but
But
it's very sporadic because you're kind. It's
Mm.
kind of like, you know, you're
It's not
sort
pointing
of
at the statue is the important point. I think.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I see any writings all around the statues or in the room?
There is writing underneath the statue. It's in common,
I'm back.
But-
I'm gonna come to life.
but you can't read it from here.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna run up and read it.
Okay, so you take about 2 steps. 19. You take about 2 steps, and a energy blast fires from the sword of the statue, and it hits you for 6 points of force damage. It knocks you back into the hallway. So you take 6 points of damage. It knocks you back in the hallway. Rowan, this looks a lot like a magic missile.
Magic missile. All right. Yeah, I know. I saw this come from the sword, right?
But now that it's been activated, now you see it fire again, but in a different direction. And then about 5 seconds goes by, and it fires again, but in another direction.
Okay.
And then every 5 seconds or so, it fires off a magic missile in a different direction in the room.
Okay. Every 5 seconds.
Are
Is
there
it like
other
is it
tunnels?
firing in the same direction or like different pattern?
It's firing in 4 different directions, but one at a time.
Oh, in 5 seconds. So straight ahead, 5 seconds left, 5 seconds.
Right. Yes, it's going in. It fires one way, then 5 seconds later it fires another way.
Is it firing in a pattern or randomly in those directions? Like, does it
Mm.
go north, east, southwest, or like northwest, east, southwest, north?
Give
you
me
know,
a
like then-
perception check.
Okay. Perception. 16.
Yeah, it does seem to be going in a pattern. It's going clockwise.
Clockwise. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
There's probably other tunnels. If I have a transformation elixir, DM, does
Mhm.
that just make me? Here's my question: if I were to take it and say try to become a dwarf, do I become a dwarf or do I just look like a dwarf? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're asking.
It's formed as if by the alter self spell, so I just look like a dwarf, but I don't become a dwarf really, right?
No, alter self. It actually, you would actually, it would shape you into a dwarf. Yes, it's not an illusion. Like
Okay.
disguise self is an illusion. Alter
Right.
self is actually a change.
Actually changes.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna risk it in between
if it's firing in the pattern, I'm gonna wait till after it fires this way, and then I have a couple seconds, right? So I drink my elixir that I didn't have for flight, but I do have for transformation. And then I'm gonna try to go in, and I'm gonna go. Should I do a stealth check?
You can, well, what are you trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do first, and I'll tell you what check you need.
I'm trying to read what's under the statue. Then get in the room.
Give me acrobatics.
Oh, that's good, because I have good acrobatics.
Because you're trying to get up to the
That
statue,
is-
basically, correct?
Yeah, that's a 17 total with my +4.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to, you kind of watch the pattern, and I mean, it gives you 15 seconds, basically, once it passes you, to get back over.
Well, I wondered if being a dwarf would help. So we don't know.
Well, you
Or
get
maybe
to the
I'm just such
statue.
good acrobat.
You get to the statue, and because you're dwarf height, although it would have been the same for your own height for the most part, you are under where the beam is firing from, because
Okay.
you're right up onto, like next to the statue. And the
Mhm.
words, you notice that at the feet of the statue, there's like a goblet, and under that at the base are the words, and the words say, the words say, "Those who wish to pass must offer a glass."
Okay.
Alcohol or
For
blood?
the three of you guys,
Those
it's
who
still
wish to
firing
must offer a
around.
glass. Shh. I yelled it to everybody so they would know. Now they could try to figure it out. Listen, I did steal that whiskey. I don't know if it needs blood. If it does, will it help that I'm a dwarf right now?
Well, you have to make a
Oh.
decision,
Or-
because you can't access the whiskey in your shape, because the alter self shape changes everything on you as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'd have to be cricket again to get access to the whiskey.
Is there anything that I can cut my hand on?
There's not. It's just a statue, and it's like rounded. It's very well carved.
Yeah. Does it have a sharp edge?
You could check. What do you look? I mean, where are you looking?
Let me run back and we can talk to the group.
Okay, so you wait for the thing to pass, and you're able to run back. It gives you 15 seconds, and you can cross the room fairly easy with that.
All right. Okay. We have to offer a glass. It could be dwarven liquor, which we don't probably have. We
I
do have
have-
regular.
I have some ale that I collected with my components.
I'm gonna assume they want blood.
That's what I
Probably.
think too.
Uh,
All right. Does
Yeah.
anybody have
Here,
I
take
have
my
a knife.
dagger.
All right.
I'm going to make me like a glass mug with presentation.
to offer
Okay.
an actual glass? So can we all get in there?
All of you aren't going to fit under the fire, where the laser fires from.
All right. And it's
one-
probably gonna
Because
be me.
the
And I-
statue kind of turns, and you have to kind of follow it to go around.
Okay.
What if we army crawled?
That's a good question.
It would be tough because the blast hits lower the further out it gets. Remember, Cricket is small, and she got hit when she first walked in.
Okay.
Cricket, perhaps you can experiment for us. Try a
Oh,
couple
geez.
of things.
Okay. Give me the ale and the dagger and the glass.
Yep.
We'll go for 3.
Okay.
Okay. You need another athletic or
I
another
do.
acrobat.
Yeah, especially because you're carrying stuff now.
You're carrying stuff.
Wait, how
I
far
got
is
What's that, Rowan?
DM? How far is it where she's going? How many feet?
About 12.
Oh, 12 feet. Well, I'll cast Mage Hand to hold the glass cup while following her, basically.
There
Okay.
we go.
Give it less.
And I got an 11 plus 4. I got a 15.
All right. Yeah, so you've got the timing down kind of right now. So as soon as the magic missile blasts in your direction, you run over, and the mage hand follows that Rowan is cast, carrying the goblet. So you're able to get there before, just as the magic missile is about to fire over your head again.
All right.
What would you like to try first?
I'm gonna cut my hand and put it
Okay.
over the goblet that's there.
Okay. Still firing.
Ow! I didn't like that. Now I'm gonna give it his glass.
Okay, so where are you putting his glass?
On the by the glass that's there.
Okay, yeah, you set it down, nothing happens. It's still shooting.
Now I'm gonna pour ale in both.
Okay, in the glass and in the goblet with blood in it?
I mean, I guess I can pour the blood back out. But then
Well, you tell me
wait,
what
what
you're
is
doing.
it? What does the thing say again?
It says, for those who wish to pass, they must offer a glass.
Okay. I pour the blood out and I wipe my shirt through it just so it's clean, and then I put ale in both.
Okay.
And then I say,
Here. As soon as you put ale in the goblet, the firing stops.
I cut my hand for no reason. But we figured it out.
Let me bandage it up for you.
Don't let Francis near it.
No, of course not.
Francis, there's blood on the ground. Don't you want it?
I'm
Wait.
not even gonna look in that direction. Just
I'm
gonna,
sorry.
Not pass.
I'm just trying to give you a snack, Francis.
DM, do I see any more dripping of old blood from the head?
No, you don't. It was coming in this direction, but like I said, there was like 3 drops, and then it just ended abruptly, probably 4 feet before the door in the other room.
Up on the top, some type of bag or something. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll look around. Don't know say anything else about the statue?
No, it's very well made. But you've met a few dwarves, and you know that dwarves are fairly well renowned for stoneworking. And so you could tell that your guess would be this is probably the work of dwarves, like this whole area. And as you stand, you guys all now are able to enter the room because the magic missile stopped firing. There are 2 other doors out of the room. If you're standing in the entrance that you guys came from, it's kind of to the east. There's a door to the south that's probably the closest to you, and then there's a door to the west all the way across the room.
Go to the south and go to the west.
should we look at the compass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You look at the compass. The compass is kind of, it's sort of pointing everywhere still.
All right.
You know, it's pointing you that you're in the right spot or the right direction, but it's like when you get close, you know, the closer you get to something, the less specific reading you're going to get, sort of.
Yeah.
Lupe, your compass is for the birds.
Mhm. I agree.
You also have to keep in mind you're in a mountain now, so there's a lot of solid rock.
Yeah.
Well,
Signal's blocked.
All right.
Somebody put a compass tower up in here.
Let
All right.
whatever one we pick, let's put an X, and whatever one we don't pick, let's put an arrow.
Arrow. All right. Yeah. All right. So are we?
You have
Heading
south and you have west.
I believe since we started heading west on this journey, we should continue heading west.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I
Where's
put
the
an arrow to the
hole?
south door, and yeah,
All right. As you draw an arrow on the south door, you can hear movement behind it.
Oh,
I loudly snap my finger. Guys, I signal my friend over here, and I listen. Maybe hard and closely to the door. Do I hear anything else?
Just movement. I mean, the door is a kind of a thick wood, but you can hear moving going around. You don't hear talking necessarily, but you do hear some. You hear movement going on
Can
in
I
that
tell
room.
how many people? At least one or two.
it might be one of those bugs.
I would say give me an investigation to see if your ear is good enough to tell how many
5,
people are
One.
behind there.
5.
Yeah, you can't. It sounds like maybe more than one, but it's tough to tell.
All right. Oh, all my party with me right now?
You guys all with
Yeah.
him at the door?
Yeah, I snap my finger to get that attention. All right. I whisper to them, guys, there's someone on the other side of the door. Don't know how many. You want to approach this? You guys want to approach this?
I'll see if I can figure out how many people are in there who are listening. I got 19.
All right. So you have a bit more of an acute sense, being a dampier, and you can definitely sounds like 2.
Mm-hmm. Is there like a hole in the door where a key would fit in,
What
like
if-
a keyhole that we could look through?
The keys aren't really the keyhole. The locks are kind of, because the way the locks are set up, like, and Cricket and Rowan know this because they already picked one. It's not the type that you can look through, like, in old, like, houses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What if we open it up and let them come to us?
We outnumber them.
Oh, hello.
That could be possible, but with the door on the other side of the room, they could leave from that door. You're right, they could investigate. Although we had something to lower them out with, like a dog or something.
If the door is unlocked, I can use thaumaturgy to cause it to open. So, we can
All right.
hide ourselves and open the door and see if they notice and come forth, or if we can see them.
That sounds good. You want, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
but before we do that, I get my sword and my shield and my mace from the dampier.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my dagger back from Cricket.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Francis has just been like caddying your stuff through the the mountain.
The labyrinth.
All right. So the plan is, Lupe, you're gonna thaumaturgy the door open if it's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
And then are you guys standing right there in the doorway? Where are you guys gonna be?
I'm good. High by the statue.
Okay. So you're by the statue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide like along the wall, so you can't see me through the other side of the
Okay,
door
so
unless you're right at the door.
So you're basically to one of the sides of the doorway, so that anybody that comes out wouldn't see you necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So you're the other side, Francis. Rowan and Cricket, where are you going to be?
I'm hiding in the back
Okay.
with Crash.
With Crash.
Yes.
All right. It is unlocked, so you cast Thaumaturgy, Lupe, and it opens the door. The door opens in. And it goes, "Arr!" And then you hear some movement.
Oh, I forgot I was a dwarf.
And then all of a sudden, one right after the other, these two 3.5 foot long, tall beings come in that are insectoid looking beings. They have heads that have mandibles and antenna and large eyes on the side. They look very much like ants, but
Okay,
kind of ant
listen.
people.
Yeah, man.
Just because they look like bugs does not mean that they're bad. We're just not used to that because we're so fleshy. So they might be okay.
Agreed.
Crab people. Crab people.
As soon as they come in, they start like kind of looking every which way. Rowan, they see you first, kind of
Shit.
sort of half hiding behind the statue. And one of them like starts V-lining towards you.
Okay, Rowan try to talk his way out. Just like, whoa, can we talk about this? I'm like, listen, and I'm gonna take the dodge action if possible.
Okay, so you kind of jump out of its way. It does not seem to. It doesn't talk back. It clicks. Its mandible clicks and goes, but it just kind of keeps kind of chasing you around the statue.
Okay,
That's highly
One
entertaining.
last
Can
thing.
you give it the other glass of ale?
One last thing. I am going to take my mace and start like clicking it, if possible. Try to communicate with this.
Good try.
It stops for a second when you start hitting your mace a little bit. It kind of like pauses it, but then it starts coming after you again. So, and I'm gonna say you guys to roll for initiative.
What was
Oh,
initiative?
no.
All right.
I wanted to give it ale.
You still can.
Oh,
They're not dead yet.
Okay.
Oh,
I have a 9 total for initiative.
8.
It's the attack of the Ant Man.
I rolled a nat 1 and I only have a +1, so yeah. I'm going last.
I got 5.
Cricket, you're the highest of all the initiative with 9.
I sure am.
I'm too busy going, what?
I don't love that.
And I go,
people.
bloop, bloop,
Crab
bloop, bloop,
people.
bloop.
Crab people.
And I
So, have you played the Fractured Butthole?
The what?
I
The Fractured Butthole of South Park.
No. I wish.
It's probably a very fun game.
okay, I'm gonna try to give it the ale. But I don't know. I don't want to go
Which-
so close. I already got hit points taken.
Well, you're not first. One of the ants is first. Then it's you.
What?
You were first from your party, but one of
You
the
were
ants. The ants actually rolled. One of the ants rolled higher than you. So, and actually, I have to switch this. There we go. I had one of them. Lupe, you're after the second ant. You're the bottom of the barrel, unfortunately. So the ant nearest the door turns and sees you, Lupe, and attacks.
No.
And it attacks with its claw first, and that is a miss, but it gets 2 attacks, and it attacks with its bite, and that is a hit, just barely a hit on you. So Let me see its bite
Nope.
here. You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Now it's my
Cricket,
turn.
just keep in mind you're already at 20 hit points. You lost 6 already. Remember you got hit by the blast.
Yeah, so I'm
So
gonna stay
now
back, but
Cricket is your turn.
I'm gonna stay back, but I have my crossbow.
Okay.
That is a 12 plus a 4.
Were you gonna try to offer one of them the ale, or are you going with the crossbow?
Not now.
Okay.
Hey, Maggie.
The one that just attacked Lupe.
Okay. And what did you roll?
I had a 12 plus 4, 16.
Yep, that's a hit. Give me
Alright.
damage.
4 plus 1, 5.
All right.
5 piercing.
It fires right into its shoulder, kind of into the top of where its shoulder would be. It's kind of a little weird because it's got four arms, and it's sort of half crawling, half walking. But it hits it right above its right arm, its top right arm, and sticks right in there. So your crossbow bolt is kind of sticking out.
Nice.
All right, Francis, you're next.
All right. I'm going to roll attack. I got a 2.
All right, that's
I'm gonna
miss.
shoot it.
Well, you get another one because you shoot twice.
A 9.
Is that with your attack bonus?
Let me double check. No, it wasn't with the attack bonus. So the first one was a miss. The second one was a 9. That would be plus 4, so 12.
Still a miss. Yep, still a miss.
Oof.
So you fire, but they move fairly quick, a little bit quicker than you expected, and so your first 2 shots just kind of miss them and hit the walls because they scurry a lot faster than you thought they did, and kind of in weird directions. One of them is still spinning around after Rowan, and the other one that just got shot in the shoulder by Cricket, as you go to fire at it, it starts going up the wall. And so now it's on the wall, kind of scurrying around the room.
Well, I'm gonna get on. Can I use my movement to get on the wall with it?
You can get on the wall, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so
So
now
you can play
the
that
ant
game.
and Francis are sideways on the wall. And so that leaves them off. Rowan, you're next. You're being chased around the statue by one, kind of like in a Benny Hill kind of show. You're like, they should have music, like. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
I am going to. Yeah, sure. All right. I am going to stop and turn around and cast. No, that's a dumb idea. Okay. No, I'm gonna stop and turn around and just do Hadouken of Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Okay.
Next saving throw. 14 radiant damage if it failed.
It's a 14 is your attack, or is that
No, it's a dex saving throw. Sacred Flame.
Dex saving throw? Got it. And you have a 15 save. It failed. So 14 points.
Yes, radiant damage.
Okay. It slows it way down. The sacred flame bursts out and around this ant person that's chasing you, and it like goes and it just kind of like starts to roast it. It's still kind of coming at you, but very slowly and very charred.
Very charred. Okay. Interaction. I'll do another click click sound saying click click bitch. All right, my turn.
Okay. Now it's Ant 1's turn. It's that ant's turn that you just burned. So he's going to try to attack you. That is a miss.
Attack Rowan or the.
It's attacking Rowan. Yeah, this is the one that was chasing that you just hit. That is a hit with its claw, which is, let's see. That's 7 points of damage.
Oh. Okay. All right, 26.
Okay. And Lupe, that means you are up.
Is that one still in front of me?
No, that one's up running on the wall next to where Francis is, and then the other one is near Rowan. So you're kind of clear right now where you're standing.
All right, then I'm going to shoot my crossbow at the one that hit me.
Okay, that's the one that's on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, give it a fire.
4. Oh, only a 9. Goes wild.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I'm going to want to do it dramatically.
I don't think we.
I'm going to reach my hand towards Cricket and say Sana, healing word.
Okay. How much do you heal her?
Because Sana is Latin for heal.
Nice.
We did homework.
Little bit of flavor from my arcane physician. Hold on, I forget how much that is. Healing word is 1d4. 8. So that heals her all the way back up, I think.
Yeah, that brings her to her max is 26. So that brings her, that maxes her out. She can't go as high as what you give her. Excellent. So she's cured. She wasn't looking bad to begin with, but she's back to her peppy self. And Aunt 2, who you just shot at, is a little freaked out because Francis is on the wall with it. So it's engaged with Francis, so it is going to try to bite her. That is 14, which is a miss. And it's going to try to bite her. That's also a miss. So it's coming after you, Francis, but you're pretty dexterous as well. It's quick, but you're also quick, and you guys are both on even ground on the side of the wall. This thing seemed to think that being on the wall would throw you off, but it's not used to apparently fighting something that's has the same wall crawling abilities that it has. So it misses, and that brings Cricket up. So Cricket fires her crossbow at that same one because she was firing at that one as well, and that is a hit. And she hits it for 5 points of damage. And so her crossbow sinks in a little bit further into the back because this thing's running around the walls now, but it shoots right into its back and kind of buries itself in. And you see the tip of the bolt sticking out still and kind of some greenish, brownish blood oozing, and it slows it way down. So Francis, you guys are kind of running on the wall, and now it kind of almost comes to a stop, but it's still moving. It's alive still, but it took a good chunk out of it when she hit it. And that brings up you, Francis, again.
All right. I'm going to shoot at it again. That was a 6. Guessing it was a miss. Move back to physical dice instead of just the software. And a 10.
Plus your, what do you have? What's your modifier?
Oh yeah, my modifier. Oh, it's apparently a +5. It was a +4 for the target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'd be a 15.
That's a hit.
All right. I won't make the same mistake I made last time with the attack dice. I promise.
You-
A 3.
It does 0 damage.
So they posted that on the Instagram. I just saw it.
We got a meme out of that one.
Find it fun.
Mhm.
That was
You
a 3.
you blow one of its you blow off one of its arms
Nice.
with
Not
your
bad.
revolver. Your first one misses again. You really need to practice with the left hand. But with the right hand, you fire and you blow off one of its arms at the elbow, which slows it down a bit, but it's still stuck to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan, that brings you back up, and you're being sort of pursued, but the very charred ant is moving a lot slower than it used to.
All right, I turn around and I look at him. And I snap my finger like Thanos, and I am casting Tone the Dead.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. That's a 10, which is a fail.
12 necrotic damage.
12 necrotic damage. This thing, you cast it, and you hear like the toll, and it kind of reverberates, and this thing just melts. Like its eyes melt out, and a lot of it's armored because it's because it's got this exoskeleton, but everything that's not exoskeleton just melts away, and the whole thing collapses, and it is gone.
Ding dong, the ant is dead. You melted it.
The other ant, actually, nope, that was the ant. So his turn he doesn't get a turn now. So Lupe, it is your turn now.
Okay. I will attempt another hit with my crossbow.
Okay.
12.
Is
Not
that
the-
with your modifier?
Yeah.
That's a miss.
Yep. Okay. A fighter I am not.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, they seem to have this covered, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
stand back.
All right. It's the second ant's turn. So he's still chasing Francis. That's a hit for a bite. That's 4 points of damage, Francis.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I need you to give me a con save.
Oh no. $17.
That's a pass. Okay, you're fine.
All right.
It tries to poison you, but it doesn't get in. You're able to get yourself out of the bite before it's able to inject poison into you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Cricket's turn. She is holding her action to kind of see what's going on, which brings up your turn, Francis.
All right. Let's see. I'm sorry, my desk table thing's on an angle. All right, 12 on that one.
All right, 12 misses. What's your second shot?
11.
Those are both with the modifiers?
Oh, those are without the modifiers. Okay, I should be adding the modifiers too, 'cause I don't. So 12 plus the 5 would have been a 17, and then a 16.
Both hits. So you
All
hit him. You hit it both this time.
Mm-hmm. A 7.
Okay, finish him. What's it look like?
Oh man. I'd say I get him. I shoot off another one of his legs. He falls, and then while he's on the ground, pop him right between the eyes, or whatever weird thing's got going on in his buggy face.
Okay, and it is gone. just as that happens, the door to the west comes bursting open, and a dwarf comes running in, swinging a big war pick. He's bald. He's got a gray beard with braid on it, and he's got some armor on him. And he comes running in, and he looks down at what you did, and he goes, "Oh, crikey! You put a hole right in the skull. What in the world would you do that for? This is ridiculous." And then he looks at the other one, that Rowan, that you melted away the flesh, and he goes, "This was still salvageable." And he pulls a hand axe out of his belt and he chops its head off at the neck.
Oh,
And he picks up what's left of the head, which is mainly the skull and some of because the eyes and everything melted away. And he goes, "This'll do." And behind him, two other dwarves in armor with hammers come in, and he looks at all of you and he goes, "Well, at least you got past the magic missiles."
yeah, we did.
He goes, who the hell are you, and what are you doing in my mine?"
Sorry about the guy's head.
Well, also we just have a couple of adventures. Like one of my companion believe that you guys could help him with something.
What you're adventuring? We don't see many adventurers here.
Yeah,
We
Well,
do
look,
helping of people.
we're looking for something a bit strange here. Like it may have probably recently just came here. It might be some kind of strange shape. Might have to come weird and might get off some bit of weird energy. How you see something like that, like a shard or anything?
We've seen a lot of strange stuff around here, I'll tell you that much. But as you can see, we got some issues of our own right now. He stretches his hand out and he goes, "Jaffrock. The name's Jaffrock. Jack Roth Leadshield.
Ward. You can call me Ward.
Ward, nice to meet you.
Let's
What about
shoot.
you? Oh, hey, I see you got yourself a dwarf in your company. Hey, that's good. That's good company. So that speaks highly for you."
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, this is Chad, I think.
I say, "Oh, hello. I like your statue very much."
Not sure I know that dialect, but
Then
That's
I look
nice.
over at Francis. I look over at Francis and I go, I give her a wink.
I
Really
wink back.
subtle.
he looks at the other two. He looks at you, Lupe, and Francis, and you. We don't see strangers much around here.
I am a healer.
I'm Francis, just gun for hire.
Healers are always welcome, and guns for hire even more welcome. Welcome to the Razor's Edge Mining Company. He reaches over and he clicks a little button that's it's hidden, but he seems to know exactly where to reach. He reaches on the belt of the statue and you hear a click, and then he reaches down and grabs the goblet and slugs down the ale.
Nice. We have
Oh.
more ale.
Well,
And also liquor. And also liquor.
liquor and ale, you got yourself a little like puberty problem, I think, Chad. But liquor and ale are always a good thing. Come on in. Maybe you can help us out. If you haven't noticed, we have a bit of an ant problem.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry the body of the ant he just killed. The ant man he just killed.
You can. The other two dwarves are kind of cleaning up the bodies. If you want
Okay.
something, you should ask them now.
Yeah, I take one of the bodies. I have an idea.
Okay.
Right.
So you grab a body, and he kind of motions for you guys to come into the west door that he came out of. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. As you've met Jaffrock Leadshield, who's the captain of the Razor's Edge Mining Company.
Nice.
So we'll pick up next week, same time, same channel, and see how you guys venture forth into the depths of the Razorback Mountains. Now that you've met some of the dwarves that mine there. So for all of us at Roll Again, we're gonna say good night, and we will see you next week.
Hi.
Keep playing.